Respect the foundation. One of the biggest mistakes that people make is they fall in love with the finished product and they completely overlook the foundation. Let's start it from the beginning. They admire the building, but they forget the architect. They celebrate the harvest, but they ignore the person who tilled the soil, who planted the seed, who watered it, who protected it, and waited patiently for it to grow. The truth is, nothing of lasting value simply appears. Everything begins with the foundation. A house doesn't start with a roof. A business doesn't start with profits. A ministry doesn't start with thousands of followers. A school don't start with a classroom full of students. And a family doesn't start with generations. Someone has to be willing to begin with almost sometimes nothing. That's why foundations deserve respect. There are people who quietly build systems, write procedures, create opportunities, they open doors, they solve problems, and they develop others. Their names may not always be in the spotlight, but without them, many of the people being celebrated today would never have reached where they are right now. So give credit when credit is due. Not because people need applause, but because gratitude reveals character. And as an educator, one principle I've learned is the gradual release of responsibility. It follows a simple progression. I do, we do, you do. At first, the teacher models the task, the student watches, then the teacher and the student, they work together. And finally, the student demonstrates that they can perform independently. The goal was never to create dependence. The goal was always to create independence. A good teacher doesn't want students to need them forever. A good parent doesn't raise children to